Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now folks, I know you've been watching the Browns closely lately, and what's been happening is nothing short of intriguing. The team, after a rough start to the season, is facing some serious questions, especially at the quarterback position. Dillon Gabriel, the young signal caller who stepped into the starting role in the last couple of games, has been under a lot of scrutiny, especially after their Week 6 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gabriel, in that game, managed to complete only 55.8% of his passes for just 221 yards, and the Browns fell 23-9 at Acrisure Stadium. That's a disappointing stat line for a guy trying to establish himself as Cleveland's future under center. But what's really interesting here is the response from the coaching staff, especially head coach Kevin Stefanski, who's shown a lot of confidence in Gabriel despite those struggles. Stefanski, in a recent press conference, was quite clear he's not overly worried about Gabriel's performance. He understands that Gabriel is still a second-year player, still learning on the job, still trying to find his rhythm in the NFL. Stefanski said, "Obviously, Dillon is in his second start. There are some good things to build off of. He's learning just like all young players are learning for us right now. We'll continue to try to help him make those improvements and also play better around him. That's our focus." It's a mature stance from a head coach who knows that developing a young quarterback isn't a straight line, it's a process. And sometimes, it's about the small victories that build confidence over time. But let's be honest here, the offense as a whole has lacked that spark, that explosive element that can turn games around. Stefanski pointed that out, emphasizing the need for big plays, whether on the ground or through the air. "We have to find ways to be explosive on offense," he said. Explosive passes can happen in a variety of ways, but it really comes down to our ability as an offense to put those guys in position, protect the quarterback, and then when those opportunities arise, we have to let it rip. That's a clear message. The Browns need to unlock that big play potential if they're going to turn their season around. And here's the thing, if Gabriel and the offense can find their rhythm, if they can improve their execution and maybe get a little more luck, there's no doubt they have the talent to start putting points on the board more consistently. Right now, they sit at 1-5 through 6 games, which is a tough record for any team aiming for playoff contention, let alone a shot at the Super Bowl. But the season isn't over yet, and the Browns have shown that they're capable of more. Stefanski's optimism is rooted in the belief that with some development, some adjustments, and a little bit of that Browns grit, they can turn this around. Of course, the quarterback position often draws the most attention, and Stefanski was careful to clarify that it's not just about Gabriel, it's about the entire team. "The quarterback position gets a lot of scrutiny, and we understand that," he said. "But collectively, we have to be better. There are good things we're doing, things we need to build on, and areas where we must improve. It's never going to be about one person." That's a sign of a mature coaching staff that understands football is a team sport. They're not throwing Gabriel under the bus, but they're also aware that everyone needs to elevate their game if the Browns want to climb out of this hole. Now, looking ahead, the Browns are preparing for a significant challenge against the Miami Dolphins. That's a game where the offense will need to show real progress, especially Gabriel. The Dolphins' defense is no joke, and Cleveland's offensive line will have their work cut out for them to protect Gabriel and give him the time he needs to make plays. But there's a silver lining. The Browns' defense has been pretty solid this season. They've been holding their own, creating turnovers, and giving the team a chance to stay in games. If the offense can just find a way to generate some explosive plays to capitalize on opportunities, they could make the Dolphins' defense work harder and maybe even come out with a win. But let's be honest, folks, it's not just about this week. It's about the bigger picture. The Browns are in a tough spot, 1-5 isn't where they want to be, and every game now takes on extra significance. Gabriel's performance, the offensive line's protection, the play calling, all of these factors will be under the microscope. And while the coaching staff is trying to build confidence in Gabriel and the unit, the pressure is mounting. The fans are restless. The media is analyzing every pass, every mistake, and every bright spot. It's a lot to handle, especially for a young quarterback trying to find his footing in a crucial season. What's encouraging, though, is that the Browns have a lot of talent and a resilient mindset. They've been in tough spots before and managed to come back stronger. The key now is whether Gabriel can elevate his game, whether the offensive line can hold up, and whether the coaching staff can continue to find creative ways to get the ball moving downfield. It's a long season, and it's far from over, but everyone involved knows that they need to lock in and improve quickly. And don't forget, the division rivals are watching too. The Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers are all looking to capitalize on any weakness. But Cleveland's focus remains on itself, on building that chemistry, and on executing better. The fans are hopeful that Gabriel's struggles are just early growing pains, and that with more reps and guidance, he'll become the quarterback the Browns desperately need. The team's defense has been a bright spot, and if the offense can start clicking, watch out, this team could surprise some people. As we look at the bigger picture, it's also worth noting that the Browns have a rich history of resilience. Even during tough seasons, they've found ways to bounce back, to develop young players, and to keep their sights on future successes. This season might be difficult now, but if Gabriel can learn from his setbacks, if the offensive line can tighten up, and if Stefanski's game plan evolves, there's no reason why they can't turn things around. It's a long road, but Browns fans are no strangers to perseverance. And what about the fans? They're the real backbone of this team. Their passion, their unwavering support, even during tough times, is what keeps the spirit alive. They believe in the potential of Gabriel, in the talent of the offensive line, and most importantly, in the coaching staff's ability to steer this ship back on course. It's that hope that fuels this fan base, that keeps the stadiums full, and that makes Browns football special, no matter the record. So as we move forward into this season, keep your eyes on Cleveland. There's a lot of football left to play, and while the road to the playoffs may seem steep right now, the Browns have shown resilience before. The key will be whether they can harness that resilience, improve their execution, and find a way to get those explosive plays that can change the course of a game. Gabriel's development is central, but it's also about the entire team stepping up, playing smarter, and executing better. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this situation? Do you believe Gabriel can turn things around? Are you confident that the coaching staff can get the offense clicking? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more of everything you need to stay connected to your team. Stay passionate, stay loyal, and keep the faith, because the Browns are still in this fight, and the best is yet to come.